Hello and welcome here. You are on HeflaTV 2, part of the HeflaTV casting label, and you know we always bring the best Dota to you. My name is HeflaMoke, and with me is Grandis. We are here, jDL3 Division 1 in the European, part of the JDL. Goomba Gaming, the Germans, versus TCN Sidenolis, the Romanians, and both teams come with a sort of new lineup. Even though some are finalized now on TCN side, for Goomba Gaming they're still in the shuffle phase whatsoever, so it's like massive stand-ins. I don't know who is actually there for reals or who is standing. Either way, kindness, let's hop into the draft and see what we got.
Yeah, for sure. The early bans coming out. Tinker Shadowshun banned out by Goomba Gaming, and then Lycanthrope Doom taken out by Seednolas. No big surprises there, but that will leave the likes of the Razor and Brewmaster still in the pool, which are our first two picks. Seednolas take up the Razor as the first pick, and Goomba Gaming with the Brewmaster, and still waiting on their second pick.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, there's still a lot of things to pick. Void, Scarab Mage, Death Prophet, Tidehunter, like all these things. Goomba Gaming's bans are pretty interesting, to say the least, because right now, I don't know, Shadow Shaman, okay, I can understand this one, but Tinker right away, first ban, do you really fear that hero too much?
I don't know, I hate playing up against a Tinker, especially on the Radiant side, and I don't know, I haven't really seen Seednolas' Tinker that much, but I'm assuming that they have a really good player if you are going to first ban it out. I think it's worth the ban, but only against certain teams.
Yep, absolutely, and well, Faceless Void is now on the other side, so we don't have the synergy between Scarab Mage and Faceless Void. That's quite, well, unexpected, but probably the best thing to do before, the other team picks it, or before it's banned. If you want to play with it, you can still play it without Scarab Mage, that's for sure. Then again, the Faceless Void, he has already now pretty much one thing he's really allergic against, and that is of course the Brewmaster with the Brewlings. So he can be twice in the Cyclone, he can be stunned even in the Chrono, and the Scarab Mage, if you silence him before Chrono or Time War comes out, that's also very awkward. So Faceless Void gotta be careful, and maybe we're even gonna see him going into the BKB then mid-game.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's almost going to be forced out. Currently, they don't have the greatest synergy with the Faceless Void, but as of now, it will ensure that Razor is able to get off a fairly long static link, as well as just having the Eye of Storm ticking down on targets inside the Chronosphere, which is decent, although still nothing along the lines of like a Witch Doctor or your Skywrath Mage. Witch Doctor has been banned out by Goomba Gaming, so we won't see that one. Instead, it will be a Mirana pick for Seednolas.
Yep, absolutely, and it's funny though, because like in the other game where Meteor Makers, just by the way, playing with Era, and you can see that on HeflaTV 1, but they also picked the Earthshaker and the Mirana right after, so they wanted to go for Earthshaker synergy, and we had Scarab Mage and Faceless Void synergy there as well, but here we see them on opposite sides, which is pretty funny to see. I mean, after all, this is, yep. It's pretty funny to see them in like on the other side and not making it possible that like all these stuns synergize somehow. But what I like the most is of course the Witch Dog ban. Like it has to happen. Faceless Void, there's just no way. There's just no way you can allow the Witch Dog to come through. I think with you or Michaeloris we had 2 games where we casted the Witch Dog that was so farmed mid-game already with Aghanim Scepter, and if that Chrono caught like 3 people and he wasn't interrupted, it was just insane. The damage is just nuts.
Absolutely. When you can hold 3 people in place with the bouncing Death Ward, it's going to shred through all of those targets. I don't think there's really a hero that can stand up to that, and I definitely think it deserves the ban, although several teams haven't really been playing with that Witch Doctor synergy with the Faceless Void, instead opting for the Scarab Mage and prioritizing him a lot more. Although we're not seeing like the Earthshaker Mirana synergy or Scarab Mage Faceless Void synergy, I don't know, in between those 2 hero pairings on the individual teams, they still have a decent amount of things that can go well together. With the Concussive Shot, Earthshaker can set up some pretty nice fissures for himself, and that can make a very scary roaming ganking duo. And as for Mirana, she'll be able to set up a perfect arrow inside the Chronosphere, so after the Chronosphere wears off, you have another 5-second disable to worry about.
Yep, absolutely, and well, let's see. I mean, for Sidenolis' part, like when it comes to the cause, it might as well be just fine if that is a faceless safe lane but if that's a utility void in the offlane, we still need one more core, unless the Mirana is playing it. But to be honest, right now I rather think this is a roaming Mirana, because yeah, they have some nice opportunities to do something with that Mirana. Scarif Mage being hit by an arrow, even the Brewmaster in the mid, that might end up in a kill. So let's see what's coming there. Goomba Gaming, they get even more stun. Okay, Earthshaker and Vengeful Spirit is one. The Brewmaster later then, plus the slow of the Scarif Mage and the silence. It's quite something to work with, especially the placement of say Mystic Flare shouldn't be too hard with the Fissure setup or with the Magic Missile. So let's see. I definitely like the Vengeful Spirit for the swap, of course. It's a nice utility ability against Faceless Void.
How do you think these lanes are going to work out for Goomba Gaming? Because one of these heroes, presumably the Vengeful Spirit or the Scarlet Mage, is going to be taking up the core position. Although I'm not entirely opposed to a mid Earthshaker as well. That could be your tri-lane with the Vengeful Spirit taking up the farm. Or one of them could be bumped into the mid. And as for Signal, so pick up the Jakiro, another hero that combos really well with the Faceless Void, offers a lot of early game push as well. With the Liquid Fire, and all around just a fairly annoying hero to deal with. Although he doesn't do as much damage as the Witch Doctor inside the Chronosphere, Macropyre is one of the most damaging spells in the game.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, I wonder what role is Jakiro being played, like, I don't know, from not TCN, from BBC. We are so used to like a very aggressive Jakiro, but I don't think TCN is gonna do that, even though it would be still possible.
Yeah, I'm guessing that this is going to be a mid-Razor, or potentially Jakiro Mirana are going to be roaming around, although neither of them have great setup, and I actually hate that roaming duo. I think both of them need something to start off, either the Arrow or the Ice Path. But as for Goomba Gaming, they go ahead and pick up the Elder Titan. Now, this is a pick that I didn't really see coming. Especially on the dire side, Elder Titan can really have quite a bit of difficulty in lane. This suggests that we're going to be seeing a mid-Brewmaster off-lane Elder Titan, and the tri-lane will be made of the Scarlet Mage, Earthshaker, Vengeful Spirit, presumably with Venge getting the farm. But Elder Titan's going to make all of these heroes do a ridiculous amount of damage and bolster their teamfight quite a bit if he's able to get up the levels without dying. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do that game, or this game rather, but I don't know. Something interesting to see out of Goomba.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, it's fairly nice, of course, because there's a lot of magical damage coming their way, but if that's enough to justify the Elder Titan, I kind of miss the second magical burst for that, because right now, of course, Scarif Mage, some abilities by Vengeful Spirit, Earthshaker, but that's pretty much it. And where's the core? Who's playing that core? It has to be Vengeful Spirit and Farm and the Brewmaster, and the rest has to come from those. Of course, Elder Titan is going to be found in the mid. The only thing I really like, of course, is the tri-lane that's coming out of that draft. I mean, Scarif Mage, Earthshaker, and a Vengeful Spirit, so we have a double stun, minus armor, we have a slow, a silence, and quite some magical damage on top of all that, besides the right clicks. So I definitely like this one. But TCN, they decide to go for Clockwork, a pretty old school hero as such. Not every team is still picking it, and yep, they decide to go for it, which means we have a nice hookshot initiation on Scarif Mage, even on Vengeful Spirit and Earthshaker. These are almost guaranteed kills if you really get them alone, because they barely manage to even cast something between the ticks of the assault. That's the nice thing about Clockwork. But overall, I don't know. I've seen a lot of Clockworks fail recently, but let's see.
Yeah, I'm definitely okay with this Clockwork pick. It's going to offer them a little bit more setup for the Mirana Arrow with those cogs. But then again, it could be a double-edged sword, as you have a Scarlet Mage on the opposite team that could just be Mystic Flaring the Clockwork as soon as he jumps in.
Yep, absolutely. And well, either way, we gotta introduce the teams. I'm starting, I guess, just for the sake of better pronunciation, on the German side. So we have the Apathy. Okay, that's what was a bad example of pronunciation because it's English, but either way, Vengeful Spirit, the Apathy here, and we have, oh, that's Quappe. I guess that's how you pronounce it, would make sense in German at least. On the Brewmaster, Atze, that is a full German name. On the Scarif Mage, then Chill, playing the Elder Titan, and there's just one left, and yeah, he's a bit slow, it's Arman on the Earthshaker.
And quickly, on the side of Rise, we are going to have Crit playing on the Mirana, who might get spotted out here by the aggressive rotation of Goomba. That said, the supports in this lane are going to be Zizu playing on the Jakiro, and then we're also going to have Kix playing on the Razor. Actually, that is going to be a roaming Mirana. As you expected in the draft, the mid is going to be a Rise on the Faceless Void, and offlane Clockwork played by Dumbass, so for now, no action being broken out, but a little bit of control exerted over the enemy jungle, although no wards being dropped down by Goomba, oddly enough.
Absolutely, and well, who names himself Dumbass? That's quite interesting, that name. But it takes away all the flame and blame, pretty much, when you fuck up in your game. So, everybody's like, you dumbass. And it's not even insulting.
Yeah, because it's your name, and then also if you ever get a godlike spree, how intimidating or insulting is that going to be when the dumbass absolutely just wrecks your team? So I can see it working out in pubs, but I don't know, a very curious handle to say the least.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest, I think that would also be interesting, naming a team completely just with some curse words. So 5 curse words, and you can just choose, because then nobody can blame you just for, you know, bad mouthing. You just go through your roster and you got it all done.
I don't know, casting team fights with that would be absolutely hilarious. I don't know, we'd have to, yeah. I'm sure somebody's done it. For now, we'll just take a look at these lanes. I definitely like this lane coming up from Goomba in the aggressive spot with the Venge, Earthshaker, and Scarlet Mage. Definitely a lot of killing potential. Currently, Kix is almost completely zoned off of the creeps. As if he gets Vengeful Spirit done, you have the Fallout Fissure, and then the Skywrath Mage damage as well. So for now, they're not able to really do that much. Yeah, Crit as well as Zizu are just going to do the polling operations as they get a proper pull through, but this can be contested fairly easily coming out from Goomba, and I'm not sure how much this bottom lane is actually going to be able to do. We have an arrow, it lands onto Atsa, but it's not going to do much.
Yep, there's no follow-up, but of course it's quite some harass damage, and yeah, they're well aware of the fact that like there is always an arrow waiting, but they're not scared at all, because they know there's a magic missile. There's like the slow coming out by the Skywrath Mage if needed, and there's a fissure with a nice positioning. There's just no way you can follow up on this one, so yeah. I mean, top, what we see is of course the Clockwork just going all the time, spamming that level 1 cogs, just mana burning for chill here. I don't know what he's going for at the moment. He picked up a stick, which would be of course quite interesting if the Clockwork goes for the Rocket Flare, which he did. So all the time he's spamming him, he actually gets something back in return, but overall the Soul Ring is probably gonna be the first little achievement he's striving for.
Yeah, I know, it's interesting to see the Clockwork losing early on to the Elder Titan, using that bonus damage from the Spirit to good use. But I think that lane should be fairly even, although later on the Clockwork definitely can kill the Elder Titan once he gets more levels up into the Battery Assault.
Yep, but also the other way around, like you should never underestimate what right click comes out of Elder Titan, who just moved maybe through the neutrals, plus a creep wave that was just incoming, and of course one hero. If that Astral is coming back, like he's doing it right now, for example, he's pulling the neutrals to the side just with the Spirit. It's coming, and look, plus 44 damage, and the right click, everything into Dumbass, and that Dumbass doesn't have any regeneration anymore.
Yeah, he's sending the bottle out to himself, so he will have a little bit more to work with as far as spamming and whatnot is concerned. Faceless Void doing very well up against the Brewmaster in lane. Honestly, I'm surprised by this, especially with the Brewmaster getting an early point into the Drunken Haze. I thought that Arise would actually not be CSing that well. Currently, he is going to be building towards that Ring of Aquila. We'll have that in lane very quickly, but I don't know, until level 6, whoa.
That was damn close. I just caught it the last second, but wow, they harassed each other all the way, and the Clockwork survived with 35 HP. But bottom we also have a go.
Yeah, as they jump towards the Skywrath Mage, the right click damage is not going to be enough. They will Liquid Fire up RMN, but no more damage. With the Elder Titan actually joining the fray, he's only going to get the Spirit on 1 hero so far. There's 2, but I think that's going to be the end of the exchange.
Yep, but still absolutely unexpected first blood here, and also very unexpected that the Elder Titan is now rotating in here, just like, oh, you know, guys, I just died to a Clockwork, I might as well just come in here. Maybe he was waiting for some sort of turnaround, and maybe actually it's happening, because the Earthshaker is here on the right side, at the the side shop, and with a slow fissure and then a magic missile might happen, but no, not really coming out. There's a fissure, but well, definitely not enough. But you can already see that the Fissure is doing quite some interesting damage with, this should be natural order level 1 or 2. It is level 2, okay, but still, there's the arrow flying. It hits on the Elder Titan completely.
Yep, and with the liquid fire to follow up and the damage being stolen by the Razor, a fairly easy kill for Seed to take up. So the landing switch coming out from Goomba not going to pay off there, as up and top the Vengeful Spirit is now farming up against the Clockwork. The supports are making a very long rotation, and now they're smoked up, potentially going to look for a kill on the Faceless Void or the Clock.
The hookshot.
Yep. And they're going to catch out the Apathy inside the cogs in a fairly easy kill for Dumbass, and now the supports are just too late there. They have a Fissure as well as the barrage of nukes coming up from the Scarlet Mage, but I don't think that Clockwork should die here, and this Clockwork's getting a lot more out of this lane than I thought he would, already getting 2 kills as well as CSing decently well.
Absolutely. I mean, he even got 1 more bottle charge now, but now he might actually die. Oh, no! RMN doesn't get anything together, but now it should be fine with the Fissure blocking it out, and this is his end. He's gonna lose. It wasn't a killing spree quite yet. He needed 1 more kill for that, but at least they got a high value kill here, because he just had too much out of this. In the mid, Arise, he is level 6. I'm waiting for that chrono to happen at some point. All they need is 1 rotation, and that rotation actually might be here, and there we go. The arrow will fly into that chrono. Nice stun here, and with that breath, he doesn't have enough mana for the primal spread, but even if, just nicely stunned.
Yeah, it was perfectly stacked on top of each other. Good communication coming out from TCN, and that's going to be 4-1. The kill score here is, I don't know. Yeah, that Clockwork almost made the turn on the Earthshaker up in top. The Earthshaker surviving with 4 HP. All he needed was 1 more auto attack off onto him. But lucky enough for Goomba, they were able to get that return kill onto the clock.
Someone in the chat just yeah, enlightened us pretty much. Dumbass is Unicorn, so it is an old face. It's Unicorn. So I don't know why he picked that name, if that is his name in the future, or why he didn't change it whatsoever. So Dumbass is Unicorn, or Unicorn is a dumbass, however you feel like, but that's the fact.
So it looks like Seed are running with pretty much their full roster here. So yeah, that is going to be the damage of it, as this Elder Titan down in bottom with the Soul Ring. His laning's going to be bolstered quite a bit after the early start up against the solo Clockwork. But still needs to be very careful, and he's currently being forced to play very defensively. Oh my goodness, they get the cogs onto the Scarlet Mage. The silence comes out, but it's not going to save you. He's isolated this arrow. Oh my goodness, almost.
Yeah, that arrow just pierced through the corpses of the Scarlet Mage. So far TCN is making everything just count. Like, except for that kill on the Clockwork, like nothing is going Goomba's way at the moment. Like TCN is just always a step ahead. Even if there are rotations by Goomba, you saw it with the Clockwork, like they were rotating, they wanted to kill the Clockwork. What does he do? He just kills the Vengeful Spirit before the supports arrive, and oh, is there a go here? Magic Missile directly in front of the tower. He's getting quite some tower hits there, but the cogs are coming. Shaker, with that mana burn, he does not have enough mana for the Fissure, so yes, the dream was over right there.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, the arrow completely zoned them out and kept the Clockwork alive. Marana will enjoy the lane for a little bit longer. And she should be fine unless they rotate in the Scarlet Mage as well. He is currently lagging behind a little bit. I don't know, we have that ultimate on the Brewmaster as well as level 8. He went for the Arcane Boots for the extra spam in lane. But for now, we haven't seen any rotations coming in from him. He will secure himself a double damage rune and potentially make a run up towards crit up and top.
He should. I mean, he's level 8. His ultimate is online for all that time. Arise already used his chrono, and that was already -1 on him. So he has to use that ultimate pretty much soon. Otherwise, Goomba is just losing too much. And oh my god, hookshot directly under the tower.
Yeah, and then the arrow follow-up onto the Vengeful Spirit. They'll get that kill, but it looks like at the cost of Dumbass or Unicorn. As, yeah, 1-for-1 trade. But it is the farming Vengeful Spirit for the Clockwork. So Clockwork should be okay with that, at the very least. Fairly even, though.
It's pretty much a shutdown. I mean, in the mid, Arise is doing quite well against the Brewmaster, and even though the Brewmaster is not doing so bad, but at the moment he's not doing anything for the team. Like, so far he hasn't been part of this game except for showing his fat butt in the mid lane. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And so far everyone else who could do something in this game is pretty much shut down by the Clockwork. And no, Quick's following chill here, just soaking him off some damage. There's nothing he can actually do. But yeah, it was worth 42 damage.
Yeah, and now a little bit of harass going the way of Chill. But for now, the Elder Titan is just kind of sitting in lane, which is what you expect from him. He's died twice in this game. Mostly the clockwork. I think both of those kills were by the clock in the solo safe lane.
Yep.
But for now, Jakiro is sitting there, and now we have a rotation from the clockwork. Let's see if Unicorn is going to be able to make a kill happen on the Elder Titan. If he catches him out in the cogs alone, this should be a fairly easy one. I don't think that the Spirit blocks the hook shot anymore, as dumbass. He's not even going to throw the hook yet. There's the hook, and now the cogs to follow up. They steal some damage. He tries to break through the cogs with only small levels in the cogs. He will be able to break through, but won't save him as the plasma field secures the last hit.
Yep, fairly easy. That clockwork is just making the plays at the moment. He is the one. They don't even need chrono. They don't even need anything. Just the clockwork. Every hookshot was a kill so far. Like the accuracy on it, also 100%. No hookshot missed, and even without hookshot, he managed to get a kill already. But I know Goomba, they have to do something very much soon, and I'm still waiting for this Brewmaster to do something in this game. He is gonna be level 9 with the next creep wave, pretty much, and I don't know what he's waiting for, but like this would be the first time in my casting career that I see a Brewmaster using, or not using his ultimate before level 2 ultimate, level 11 that is. Like, I don't know if it's really going that way, but it might happen.
Yeah, I don't know. Swap up in top lane. They pulled a Mirana, and Mirana's going to be completely cut out. Unicorn can't do anything. 10 seconds on the hook shot. He was looking to make something happen, but in the end, Mirana got caught out too quickly.
And there's some harass coming here on Chill, but yeah, with the stick charges and even Tranquil Boots plus the soaring, he has enough HPS. By the way, interesting enough to see, like, Quix was forced into buying more regeneration. He bought a Self as well as Tangos, so the harass of the Astral Spirit, it was just too strong for Quix, and therefore, yeah, he had to go. But it doesn't change the fact that he just wants to remain on the lane and, yeah, just farm away. He's gonna have that mech pretty much 12 minutes, 30 minutes in, depends on the next some right clicks. But yeah, he's 730 gold in, give it 170 plus. That is 4 creeps, and easy.
Yeah. I think most surprising as far as farming performances is a rise in the mid lane. 75 last hits at about 12 minutes, and he's farming excellently. Up top mid lane, we might have a go, but for the first time, we can take a look at the graphs. His gold earned is about 2,000 in favor of TCN, and experience about the same, just under 2,000.
Oh, that chrono. The chrono is gonna hit, yeah, Chill. Is again that. Like, they just make sure battle on who is gonna get that last hit, but yeah, in the end, easy for Arise there. 1 chrono, 1 kill. That's the second chrono, second kill. He has been relatively inactive, but oh, let's see in the mid. Dama is actually going for the panda and forcing him maybe even to use his ultimate the first time in this game. What does he? That's the question. I don't know. Like he's trying to fake that hook shot. He's just going forth and back. But look at it. He's like Damas. He's just patient enough. Oh, nice mana burn coming out. If he does the... No, actually he still has enough. In the meantime, there's the hook shot. Even with the bottom ultimate, but he gets his ultimate off, so it should be all fine, because ultimate forced out, and that's pretty much it. That's all you wanted. Now they even follow the Brewlings just to get it done. By the way, in the meantime, we had that Shakira kill here. That was top. I mean, he got the tower for it at least, but still. Oh, Panda, dumbass. He just made this wraparound. They have vision now with the flare. There is still one shock, but Arise coming in. Oh, they have to go back. Magic missile. That was a bit. No. That was a bit too much, but nice arrow coming in here, and now the right clicks on the panda should be enough. Dumbass, get the hell out of here. There's a new magic missile, maybe a swap waiting for you. The swap, will it come? Magic missile? The right click is missing. 1 right click.
Yeah. I don't know, and in the end, Clockwork's going to be just fine as they slow up Crit. Now the Ice Path thrown up by the Jakiro. Despite Jakiro getting the tower, it was denied by the Earthshaker, so a little bit more economic damage done, and with Zizu dying, I wouldn't say that that's worth it for Team Seed Nullis up in top, but still getting a little bit more map control over the enemy jungle. Yeah, so for now, that like, is...
It's still strange to see that a Brewmaster on level 10.5, like, is forced to use the ultimate just defensively. I mean, usually, what do we see? Any other team, that pick the Panda, it's like, okay, I'm level 6. Get a TP scroll, whenever something is coming close to the tower, just waiting there, Fisher, ulti, bam, do boulder toss, and that should be easy kill on a Mirana, on a Jakiro, even on a Razor. It should be easily possible if you have the setup with other heroes, but this was ultimate that did nothing. That ultimate did literally nothing because of the Mirana ultimate.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know.
Oh,
Usually
top
you'd say.
Earth Shaker.
Oh.
He's so dead.
Yeah.
Easy hookshot, and he couldn't even cast anything. It looks so spastic when he does that. And bottom,
Absolutely.
has to chrono.
And, well, with the Scarlet Mage ulti on top, it doesn't land on the Faceless Void very much, but I think Chill is going to be dead, or is he? Will he be able to chase him down with the extra movement speed on kicks? It should be enough. He's diving the tower for this one and gets the first kill, but now the Scarlet Mage also in a bit of trouble as Kix is tanking the tower for this one to get a double kill. Now TP's out in Cell, nobody's there to cancel it, so in the end, that is going to be the damage in bottom lane. Yeah, usually you'd say Brewmaster with ultimate is either kill in lane or kill in another lane, but he's going to get his Blink Dagger before using an aggressive ultimate. He needs to do something with this. He's waited long enough, 15 minutes in. We haven't seen an aggressive move from this Brewmaster.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, he wanted his dagger so badly. Now he got his dagger, he got the level 2 ultimate, but still, not leaving that mid. It's like he is, I don't know, so afraid of going somewhere else, but let's see. Maybe we see it go now. The Mirana can leap away, so that was an aggressive move, but the Razor is there. Maybe with the Razor, oh, that arrow still hitting her. It's not a long stun, and there's a fissure, but they're well aware of it. They just drain the damage, and that's pretty much it. The Razor, he went anyway for a static link build, very low, like very late, putting the points into it, and oh, Damas, he wanted to see if he gets a hookshot in here, but there's too many of Goomba now. Like, too many heroes in the mid. You don't want a hookshot in there.
Yeah, I don't know, just a little too risky for him, and he got scouted out also by the Astral Spirit, so in the end, had to back off for now. He finds himself an Invisibility Rune. This could be big, but I'm not sure if he wants to give away that Regeneration Rune. We'll just pop that immediately instead of using the regen. Yeah, for now, we have a bit of a standoff as the Clockwork's going very aggressively through the enemy jungle, not to find anybody. His 4 heroes are grouped up in smoke, looking down in bottom, presumably to catch out the Faceless Void, and it looks like a Rise might get caught out unawares. No, they're going to go towards the left and look for the wraparound, potentially finding Zizu here.
Yeah, but he's now on the tower as well, so after all, they could have taken the direct push, but he's going.
Yeah, and with the split, they should be able to stun up Kix, and Kix, they commit the Echo Slam to it as well. They'll be able to get that kill at the very least. The ultimate from the Elder Titan is going to be good, but on the backline, Chronosphere catches out to RMN in the fire, and the flames is going to burn down as the Scarlet Mage also going to be taken out. As Crit behind the tower, he's dusted up. They don't have vision after that, and eventually he will be able to back off, or will he? One more guaranteed crit from the Brewmaster will secure that kill, as it's a 3-for-2 trade in the mid lane. The Apathy might be in a little bit of trouble, but Dumbass needs to get out of there. Does not have a hook shot available. He's popping the regen, he throws a flare, and, I don't know, might go under tower, but for now, that is going to be the team fight. No jump in from the Brewmaster, just to throw out a casual clap.
I lost count somewhere in between, but was that a 3-for-2 trade? So Goomba actually made a better one here.
Yeah, for the first time in quite a while, going to be able to trade better. Yeah, the Faceless Void Chronosphere was okay. It caught out 2 of the supports, but honestly, those weren't the heroes that were doing a lot. Yeah, the Earthshaker, he'd already committed his Echo Slam and a Fissure, so a lot of his spells were already down, and well, the Jakiro Macropyre wasn't great inside the Chronosphere, it only clipped the Earthshaker.
Yeah, it clipped the Earthshaker. That was a bit too bad. If it was like really directly in, but oh, nice area on the Elder Titan, but oh, Crit, he's standing directly in the Mystic Layer. He's just getting, I don't know, blown to pieces with all that magical burst, and it's too bad. Like, his arrow was good. He really was so close to that Elder Titan kill. The Elder Titan, by the way, he got his mech right now, so he's the mech carrier for Goomba, and yeah, Goomba gets another kill here. Oh, but Atze, he wants to know more, and look at this, the stuns coming out, all that magical burst. It pretty much requires one more flare, and this flare is flying. Is there anything? Yes, there isn't a stick, nothing.
And
But,
in the meantime,
yeah.
in mid, the Clockwork missed his first hook, hit a creep, and then got swapped out of the cogs behind the tier 1 tower and was able to be chain stunned down. So across the map, Team Seednol is losing 2 heroes for nothing.
Yep, like this solo attempt by the Mirana, like flipping back directly in their faces. The Jakiro, pretty much a nice follow up here, using the natural order and like all this crazy damage. But oh, Quix is coming in, he's slowed, and oh, that's dumb. Oh, they're like, okay, see ya, Quix, you're just sleeping for some seconds. Either way, we're already 19 minutes in, and with all that action happening on the map, we haven't even shown the towers, while Quix is just denying that last tower. But it should be still fairly to say that the graphs are representing what we got at the moment, being updated. at least when it comes to the last 2 kills. And yeah, there we got it. TCN, with those last 3 sort of fail plays, they gave away a lot of their lead. Like almost half the lead gone in gold, from a bit more than 5k to a bit more than 2.5. And oh, top, there's another fight going on. But the Mirana ultimate, do they have vision? They do. And look at all this burst damage there. Easy going. All that, even with the natural order. And that makes it so strong. And just as a last thought, there's the experience. It even drops pretty much parallelly to the gold craft, even below 2500. So Goomba, they're catching up quite fast even.
Yeah, definitely. A synergy that I haven't seen very much at all is the Elder Titan and the Skywrath Mage, but with the 33 minus base resist from the aura from the Elder Titan, as well as the 45% coming out from the Silence, those tiers are just going to drop so quickly.
Yep.
And, well, we saw that even though the Faceless Void got a couple of lucky backtracks on the Magic Missile as well as the Clap, I believe, still not enough to save him by any means. It's in mid.
Tizu just getting exploded.
Yeah.
That was only Thunderclap, only the guaranteed brawler crit, and that's pretty much it. That's all they did. There was an arrow flying,
Arrow
but
onto Brewmaster. He's caught under tower, but nobody's going for him. There's the Chronosphere on the backlines, catches out RMN and the Apathy as well as the Skywrath Mage. He'll get the Earthshaker at the very least, but the Magic Missile goes away. Verizon, the magic damage is just too much. 3-for-1's the trade, and now they jump in with the Razor, but he's not looking too healthy. He gets swapped in long range. Where's the Magic Missile or any way to lock him down with that Haste Rune? Razor just walking too fast. The Brewmaster split is there. They don't throw him up in the air and don't purge him down. No boulder tosses as well, so the Brewmaster just going to rejoin himself. The Clockwork Flare is there. He has a hook shot. Is he going to decide to go into this? It's very risky, and I don't think Dumbass will do so.
Yep, absolutely. And again, a trade that was definitely much better for them. Like, they trade +1 here, or actually +2, if you count it all together, because they were 1 behind. We just had a 14-13 score, now we're on a 15-16. So Goomba pretty much took the lead when it comes to kills. On top of that, they also like crown their little achievement just by getting the tier 1 tower, and that should eventually even shift the crafts, nullify them completely, or even bring it to Goomba's side. And yes, experience-wise, we just had a 7.5k experience loss. Goomba like making huge steps forward. When it comes to gold, we're looking at a nullified craft by now, so welcome back to minute 0, start of the game again.
Pretty much, and after those last couple of fights, this Brewmaster has finally come online in a big way, almost as a completed Aghanim Scepter. Sitting at the top of the net worth chart, looking wonderful after a slow start for the Vengeful Spirit. She's also picking up some steam with the Aquila drums as well as her power treads, as well as 3,000 gold on top of that, so the Apathy not looking too shabby herself. And, yeah. I don't know, the Faceless Void, he has his Mask of Madness and Maelstrom, but with this build he just dies. Oh my goodness, as the Clockwork and the Elder Titan go at it in mid lane, looking for a little bit more, but up in top is where the next exchange is going down, as they're going to lose the Elder Titan as well. Kix is stealing a little bit of damage, but Crit's also silenced up. I think that's going to be it, but the Apathy might want some more. He is Shadow Bladed up and looking for a swap, potentially not going to find it. No detection on the ground, and action all around the map.
It's hilarious. They fight pretty much in every lane but the bottom lane, just for the reason that there's no enemy to fight. But yeah, this engagement in the mid, at the same time they want to engage top, so I was having my camera there, and while they were fighting top, even there we had this engagement, the Panda just chasing the Jakiro. In the end, the Mirana ultimate, the Moonlight Shadow, is pretty much ending the entire brawler over the map there. It's like a ceasefire for both teams. They're like, oh, no, we don't bother with vision whatsoever, but actually they bothered with a lot of vision. We have Sentry 1 here, pop for that purpose, the second one here, and all that even supported by, yeah, Observer wards. So when it comes to vision in their jungle, I think Goomba is just fine.
Yeah, I don't know, it's an interesting choice on the Vengeful Spirit. She does go for that Shadow Blade. What are your thoughts on Vengeful Spirit Shadow Blade?
I hate it. Like, Shadow Blade on Vengeful Spirit, like, he has to show me some amazing plays, but if I don't see them, I just call it a useless item. Because,
pretty much,
I mean, if there's vision on the other side, okay, what does the Shadow Play do? Maybe for the initiation, might be interesting. Maybe for escape, But oh, the Mirana is being found here, talking about it. That was the first use of the Shadow Play, and it actually worked out. But to be honest, this kill would have happened even other way around. But the Mystic Flare making out a makes it a 2-0 trade. But still, like, being on topic again with the Shadow Plate, this had nothing to do with the Shadow Plate. This stun might have come out just without it, because they had all the time vision what the Mirana was doing here. And to be honest, I don't know what she was doing there in that enemy jungle.
Yeah, I know. Personally, for the Vengeful Spirit, I would have preferred something a little bit more tanky, potentially even a Heart. But BKB also not the worst. Yeah, I don't know. The Shadow Blade just kind of feels out of place as they go down towards bottom potentially, leaving a lot of people also up in top. The Faceless Void, there's your Shadow Blade, and now
Yep.
the Apathy. He's hunting a Rise with the TPN. He gets a Magic Missile. He has a swap available, hasn't used it. The backtricks are coming up, but now he's silenced. Can't get that out of there, and now the Ice Path not even necessary. They drop the Macropyre, but the swap goes onto Zizu. They don't have another way to cancel it after the swap, but the damage is going to be there, as that's a killing spree for Scarlet Mage and 2 kills going the way of Goomba. So that Shadow Blade coming in handy.
Take everything back, but hookshot here in the bottom, and it actually hits the Earthshaker. He can't cast anything. He's just actually he gets it through, but that is just the last action he does on that pitch. The fight there's definitely one, but overall the war goes to Goomba here, because that was a 2-0 trade, and now they only take back the Earthshaker. And I'd also take every comment about the Shadow Blade away. It's like twice he used it now, twice it was a kill, so what else can you say? But now they wanted to go, but that was a bit too obvious. Like the Panda running in there and the Astro Spirit just following, that was kind of too obvious. And yeah, Clockwork obviously being a swift little fella with the face boots, it just, yeah, disappeared as fast as possible.
I don't know if there's an item that you can get that can be able to get you some extra kills. It's always a worthy investment and just something that Seed Knolls were not really expecting and weren't playing around, so it ended up getting a couple of pickups around the map. So I think it's a worthwhile pickup now.
Yep. Look at Mirana. She was looking all the time for a nice angle to land a nice, beautiful, long stun arrow, but no, they're just going back. But not without doing, of course, some damage on the tower. There is an arrow flying, but yeah, it wouldn't even have the range to reach anyone. But in the mid, this might be interesting, to be honest. With the Shadow Blade, the engagement on the Razor, stun into Mystic Flare, that would do a lot of damage, but the problem is about the Razor. I mean, now he swapped to the other PTs, but if he goes back to strength, you're gonna see almost 1900 HP, so he's quite tanky. But all top, at the meantime, that poor Clockwork, look at him, he's just boxed in, no way, beautiful for sure, and that means pretty much tier 1 tower going down.
Yeah, pretty much arrow lands onto the Fire Panda, but that's not really going to matter. Brana's been fishing here. I think that's the 4th arrow she shot. Not actually connecting on any heroes.
Arise.
Yep, and well, here we go. They start with the Stun to Silence. He can't get anything off the Scarlet Mage ulti. Shadow Blade yet again paying off for the Apathy, and that's going to be a dominating spree for your Scarlet Mage.
The fun part is that the Vengeful Spirit was not using the Shadow Blade there. This was just the smoke use. The Shadow Blade wasn't used. But in the cast animation of the Time Walk, he just got silenced. So to be honest, the one to cheer for here is really the Skyarth Mage. But like TCN, from a decent lead to being behind quite a lot, and this Roshan will not make it easier. Like if you look at it, like we are 28 minutes in, 5 kills ahead. Experience-wise, we had a huge swap for more than 10k. And now in like the same pretty much in gold. There it's, yeah, the 7,500 swing is complete, and with Roshan this is gonna be even more.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. It's really just how Seed Knolls have been caught out across the map, and Clockwork, although he had a wonderful start, has been caught out and hasn't really been able to do much after the first 20 or so minutes, 15 or so minutes of the game. As in mid, it looks like that's where Goomba want to be pushing next, but they might be going up towards top. The Apathy potentially looking for the Clockwork. He's being pinged out, and now that Shadow Blade, he might be able to get the jump onto Dumbass, and it looks like he will with the Magic Missile. Starts off, no, he's just waiting for a little bit more backup, and now he'll start it with the stun as soon as RMN's there. He gets a Magic Missile, follow a Fissure, and a fairly straightforward kill onto Dumbass.
Yep, I take really everything back what I said about the Shadow Blade. So far, it's just working out easily. He gets always the initiations. There was a fishing arrow in the mid, but it's not gonna find anything here. Jill should be pretty much able to, yeah, just defend that tower. But in the meantime, Goomba might be pressuring that tier 2 top.
As the Apathy is looking for the Mirana here, he's being scouted out, he has the Magic Missile, he's gonna go for that. Oh my goodness, so much damage. And there you go, another pick off as he's just roaming around while his team takes the tier 2 top.
It's the funny thing is the hero as such doesn't bring even that much damage. I mean, obviously, sure, he has like all these items, but and of course the level 4 Vengeance aura. But the strong thing about it is just completely no resistance of the enemy. Like the enemy has with Wave of Terror and like the Astral Spirit around there, no armor, no magic resistance. Like you're hitting pretty much nothing but a target dummy, and that's why a Vengeful Spirit can do so much damage. Not to mention that, of course, Mirana doesn't have too much either. I mean, Jumps, Aquila, and Blade of Alacrity. That's not too much.
Yeah, I don't know, even, yeah, you're looking at a Vengeful Spirit that although that's only 200 damage per auto attack, it's going to be amplified by the Wave of Terror when you have the Astral Spirit around there as well. And then, yeah, it's going to be hitting for about 250 pure damage, which is actually pretty ridiculous when you think about it, although that's technically physical. As we do have a smoke coming out from Team Signalis, but they're not going to find anything, it seems, as they're just grouping up through their jungle. They might find the Earthshaker eventually, but it'll be quite a lot of time committed to this.
Yep, absolutely, and well, let's see. Maybe we have the first time seeing something. Oh, but the Blink Dagger! Oh, nice reaction there by Goomba here. Like, instant Blink Dagger out. Oh, but Arise wants to go in. He actually gets 2 people, but instant swap there. Now, who does he go for? Do they go back? Oh, the Racer says we go in. And with a nice ice path, they make it maybe possible, but look at all this damage. Arise already has to go back, but the Moonlight Shadow maybe helping him. The Racer still fighting. But at least he gets the Aegis off. I think he gotta pay for it though.
Yeah, for sure. With the Echo Slam Scar with Mage Ulti, Dumbass goes in, he only gets a Fire Panda in, and now he's going to be focused down inside his own cogs, doing a lot more harm than good here. His crit's thrown up in the air, and GG called out by Rise.
Whoa. Whoa, look at this. Arise just got enough of this game, and it was a team wipe after all. So Goomba, like the early game, it looked so horrible. It looked like TCN, oh yeah, we just raced through Goomba, no problem whatsoever, but bam, as soon as they started to play, I don't know, it was just bam, 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 bam. That graph was not even funny to look at. A huge swing, big 3-2-2 within 5 minutes. So let's see, TCN still has another game for them to strike back, make it a 1-1 here in the JDL Season 3 with me, HeflaTV, and Grandis. So guys, just stay tuned, 5 minutes and we are game number 2.